Hello, everyone. My name is Jeremy, and I'm going to update you on my journey with releasing to receive and trusting the process. Today is July the 21st. Yeah, it's like 12 o'clock in the morning. And I wanted to wait until this day, one, because it's 21, so it's a multiple of seven. But I was truly inspired by something that happened today that not kind of caught me off guard, completely caught me off guard. And it really just kind of changed my disposition. But again, there is an underlying reason for everything that we go through. It's just, do we have the self awareness to see it for what it is? So, 7 months, can you believe? 7 months in 2021. And over these 7 months, there have been a lot of circumstances that involved people, and circumstances without people that have really knocked some wind out of me. I have to constantly remind myself it's okay to acknowledge and admit and speak that things are not okay. Um, it's okay to recognize that there are some things, circumstances, and people that no longer fit where you are and or where you're going. It's okay to say, I think that this particular season for this circumstance or this person is over in my life, even when that circumstance or that person or whatever it might be spans across a lot of time. And I feel like there have just been another set of sequences uh, of events that have just forced me to be really recognize one, I'm getting closer to everything that I affirm in private, but really the importance of self awareness. Without self awareness, I would see this, what I'm going through and what I have been through over the past 7 months, as just life being difficult. But again, there's an underlying message or reason for it. So I'm thankful for that. Um, Started off the year with a situation that was perceived one way, but it wasn't. And as a result of that, there was a friendship that um, took some hits, some really bad hits. I think for me, what was the saddest part about it was I was accused of something that violates my core values and everything that I stand for and everything that I have done. And for me, that's a no go. Doesn't matter who it is, especially when the intent of my actions is to take care of someone. And it hurt really, really bad, like really, really bad. Even to this um, moment of this video, like I think about it and I get really upset because my intentions were pure and someone else's perception um, just it hurt really bad. And then there were some other circumstances in which I was looking for actions from certain people, but I didn't get it. I kind of already knew what to expect, but it doesn't stop you from expecting it, you know? And just some other things that have happened with family. And it's just difficult to have a level of self awareness in which you know that circumstances and people are meant to mold and shape you for your purpose, and you have to be patient with that process and be ready to release things as life goes on in order to receive what's necessary for you to really be ready for your purpose. It's super difficult. It's like knowing that you're going to run into a wall having the self-awareness to see it and embracing the fact that you have to run into the wall. It's going to hurt. You know it's going to hurt. You're preparing yourself for it to hurt. Um, but it doesn't stop you from running into the wall because you know that running into the wall is necessary. Bad example, but I had to get my point across. Um, some positive things. There was a strawberry moon a couple weeks ago. Definitely did some manifestation there for my two books, A Gift of Peace and Purpose, A Survivor's Journey, which is an easily accessible, easily applicable, easily understood foundation for self-awareness, and Love and Meditation, The Keys to Manifestation, which is divinely timed, read worldwide, real life applied, and through both books, people are healed. Just a manifestation there. And then there was another day, I want to say like on the 14th or 15th of July, where you're supposed to manifest some career aspirations that you had. Shout out to my friend who constantly reminds me of those things. And I made sure that my intentions were pure and I put it out into the universe, and I'm doing everything on my end to align my thoughts, words, and deeds with those things that I intend to manifest. Um, so I'm excited about that. I took a sheet of paper that like an 8 by 8.5 by 11 and wrote out my career aspirations for corporate America. And then at the end of it, I said, if my purpose calls, I will answer. In other words, I know that there is a bigger meaning or a bigger reason that I'm here besides what I'm doing at corporate America or in corporate America. And if that answers, which it's always calling you, but should the right time and circumstance cross, or should the right time and chance cross, I will leap at that opportunity. So um, I'm willing to release some great things, some things that have meant a lot to me and that have really played an intricate role into my life. People, circumstances, careers. Like, if it means that I can fulfill my purpose and live a life of peace and joy and unconditional love and, just self, then I'm willing to do that. Release it all. Release it all. What else have I released? I've released some more physical stuff or materialistic stuff. But more recently, it's been just, it feels like there's some more shedding that I have to do of people. And maybe not necessarily of people altogether, but maybe just create some boundaries that I haven't enforced before. Even with a certain level of self awareness, you're still human, right? So you still have to go through things, and you can't stop things from happening. In other words, life is going to happen, and you can't stop it from happening. It's just all about your reaction to what happens to you. It's really for you, but we perceive it as to you. Um, what am I looking forward to in the next few months? My affirmations that I speak and believe and feel and release in private will materialize in a miraculous and unscheduled way. Um, I don't know who, what, when, where, how. Quite frankly, I don't care. I just know that my intention, my thought, words, and deeds, my actions are aligning with my affirmations. I can do better at executing on certain things, but for the most part, I can say that I'm doing a really good job. I intentionally wore this shirt that one of my dear friends made, kind, because I feel like in everything that I've done, 90 some odd percent of the time, I've been kind. So I feel not that I'm looking for it to be returned, but I know that given that that is the energy, the intent of my interactions with people and the grace that I've extended on numerous occasions to maybe people that didn't deserve it, being kind is what's kept me, a part of what's kept me in a positive mindset because one, it's the right thing to do because we never know what other people are going through in their lives because, some people don't say anything. I'm one of those people. I don't say anything. I don't tell everything. But we just need to be kind, be nice to people. You never know. So that's why in the circumstances that I found myself in where it's a bit jarring with those relationships with people, I did my best to be kind. Again, it still hurts, but it was necessary, right? I had to release the grasp that I held onto, or the grasp that I had onto that friendship or that circumstance. I had to release it a little bit in order to make room for other things to come into my life, make space for other things. So I'm going to continue to trust the process, and let it unfold. What should you take from this video? The closer that you get to whatever you're working towards, the harder that you push, the more life, the universe will throw anything and everything at you to, I won't say make you give up, but really force you to look inward to ensure that what you're striving for is really what you want. And circumstances and people are used in unexplainable ways with underlying messages and lessons. And we have to have the self-awareness to see that. So the more that you feel life pushing back, the closer you are to getting where you are trying to go. There's a difference between life pushing and you pushing life. It feels totally different, and there's a sense of self-awareness to know the difference, or there's a level of understanding or knowing the difference. When you're pushing life, it feels off. It feels like you're swimming upstream. It feels like you're pushing against the grain. It doesn't feel right. But when life is pushing you, you might be tired, you might be worn out, you might be exhausted, but you feel yourself stretching. And sometimes that stretching is uncomfortable, sometimes that stretching is painful, but it doesn't necessarily feel off. It may feel uncomfortable, but it's not the same as you pushing life. It's huge. There's a distinct difference. You'll know it. You'll definitely know it. It's all about how you feel on the inside. It's all about using that internal compass that we all have. We just have to be aware of it. So with that being said, I am going to continue to release to receive and trust the process. And I know that my affirmations that I speak in private will materialize or manifest very quickly. I'm thinking September-ish is going to be when things start to really kind of pick up and I can see it. And I feel it for some strange reason. It's just a divine sense of knowing, like you just know, right? So I'm thankful for it. But I hope this helps you with knowing that everything that you're going through is for a reason. And until you put yourself in a place of clarity to see the situation, the circumstance, the people, it will never serve its positive intent. So do whatever you got to do. Do your meditation, do your mindfulness, do your wellness activities, whatever it is to put you in that place of clarity and peace, so that way you can go inward and ask those deep questions and receive the answers from within. We don't need external validation from anyone or anything. It's all within. Everything that we need, our connection to source is within. And that alignment will give you everything you need to know. Hope you enjoyed. Have a great one.